Hello, welcome to Explore Movement Project. I'm Jen. Today our practice focuses on gratitude. So bring some paper or a journal and a pen or pencil. Don't worry if you don't have any of those things, and I'll meet you out there. Hello, welcome. Thanks for meeting me here. Let's begin in a seated position, and let's place both of our hands, our right hand and our left hand, over our heart, and let's just close our eyes. And let's begin by taking several deep breaths, grounding into the space. Letting go where we just were with each exhale. Gathering up our energy for us to use during this practice. Gathering up our energy from where it's been and letting it take us where it needs to go next. Notice any sounds you're hearing. Notice any sensations you're feeling. Notice anything you smell. Notice anything you taste. Sit up a little taller. Roll your shoulders back. Place your hands on the ground beneath you or at your sides if you're sitting in a chair. Continuing these deep, deep breaths to allow us to sink into our skin, sink into this time together. Maybe the corners of your mouth move up a little bit to crack a little bit of a smile. We're happy you're here. And if you brought something with you today to write with and to write on, I'd like you to grab that now. And I invite you to write 3 things that you're grateful for. And I'll write with you. And let's focus on what comes up for you. And when you're finished or feel satisfied with the 3 things you've written down that you're grateful for, let's take a minute again to pause and reflect on what you wrote down or what you thought about. And I'd like us to explore in our bodies what the word gratitude is. What comes up for us? Whenever you're ready, you can close your eyes. Just what comes up for you with the feeling or the word gratitude? How do you express it in your body? Remember, there's no right or wrong in movement, it's yours. Wherever you are, let's take stillness, so just slow the movement down, and let's meet in child's pose. Place your forehead on the ground. Let's take a few deep breaths. And reflect on what that movement brought up for you. What are you grateful for? What do you appreciate? Let's take the time to feel appreciation for our home. And I don't mean the physical one. Well, I do, but I mean our body as a home. And when you feel ready, let's move into cat-cow pose. So hands, palms firmly rooted, pressed into the floor. Knees directly underneath your hips and your legs straight out behind you. Let's begin. Dropping our belly. Rolling into cat. Releasing any tension, stretching anything that feels tight. listening to our bodies here. When you feel ready, you can begin to draw outside the lines of this cat-cow and find any movement that feels good. What's coming up for you as we reflect on gratitude and what we're grateful for, and how we embody that? And when you feel satisfied, we can meet again in a seated position. Now that we're back in a seated position, if you have this available to you, you can place your 2 feet together and hold on to your feet and just put some pressure there. And find any sort of movement that feels good in this stretch. Nice hip opener, release some tension, some emotion from our hips. You can even, if you want a deeper stretch, you can put your elbows on your calves, your knees, and kind of press down. You'll get more of a stretch that way if you need that. And let's focus on sinking and rolling up. And just doing that a few times. Head towards feet, roll up. And let's do the opposite. Remember, use your breath. And let's meet back in stillness. And let's meet in a laying down position. Let's all lay down. Place one hand on your belly. Place your right hand on your belly, your left on your heart. Breathe into your rib cage. Breathe into your body. Find any places where there's tension. Bring your breath and awareness to those spaces. And also bring both your feet up, out to the edge of the mat, out to the edge of your mat, and drop your knees together. Help support your lower back. What came up for you during our practice today? Noticing, practicing gratitude, the movement that you embodied. Notice where your energy is. Let's bring all of the energy to us. Noticing any sounds you're hearing. Noticing Notice any sensations you're feeling, your feet on the ground, the clothes you're wearing. Notice anything you see. And let's seal this practice by doing any final movements you feel you need in this moment. Thinking about gratitude at the center. And when you're ready, meet me in stillness with your legs out long and your arms by your side. Let your feet go out and relax. Relax everything in your body. When we take the time to experience gratitude or practice gratitude, it can be emotional. It can bring up things, and it can also be bring you happiness. Whatever it brings up for you, I hope you found some contentment in today's practice, some release, or something that you wanted to reflect on today. When you're ready, let's roll over to one side and meet back in a seated position. Thank you for practicing with me today. I so enjoy our time together, and I hope and wish you all the best in our journey together. I'm grateful for you. Take care.